Hi friends, so let me discuss about local government's topic. In our last video already we started the historical background of local governments. Is it clear? So let me see. So how many types of local governments? What is the classification of local governments? Okay, so let me see them. Local governments are classified into two types. Okay, local governments classified into two types. How many types? Two types. One is rural local governments. Okay. Second one is urban local governments. Rural local governments, urban local governments, both are there. So local government is classified into two types. First one is rural local government. Second one is urban local government. Right? So in this video we have to see rural local governments. What are the rural local governments? First one, village panchayat. Which one? Village panchayat. Second one, mandal parishad. Okay. Now third one, Jilla Parishad. Okay. Village Panchayat, Mandal Parishad, Jilla Parishad, three are there. Urban local governments like municipal corporation and second one municipalities. Okay. So let me see village panchayat composition, powers and functions in this video class. Okay. Village panchayat is the lowest rural local government in the state. Okay. According to Balwantara Mehta committee, first tier is village panchayat. Village panchayat is at village level. Okay, ma. Village panchayat is at village level. Right? Village panchayats, how they form, who creates, who establish new village panchayats in the state, on what basis village panchayats form. So let me see them one by one. Okay. Local government is one of the subject of state list. Local government is one of the subject of state list. One of the subject of state list. Okay. So that state legislature, state legislature, state legislature has the power to make a law on the subject of local government. Okay. So state government has power, creates new village panchayats in the state on the basis of population. On the basis of population. Okay. State government has power, create new village panchayats in the state on the basis of population. That's it. Okay. Another one, the population, that's okay. How much population compulsory to create new village panchayat in the state? That is a important issue. Minimum population of village panchayat is 500. Okay, minimum population of village panchayat is 500. The maximum village panchayat population is 20,000. Okay. The village panchayat is classified into two types on the basis of annual income. Okay. Village panchayat, classified into two types. On what basis? Annual income. How much annual income is compulsory to become major village panchayat? More than 60,000 rupees. More than 60,000 rupees income is compulsory to become major village panchayat. So village panchayat, how many types? Two types. One is major village panchayat. Second one is minor village panchayat. Okay, major village panchayat, minor village panchayat. Major village panchayat is known as notified village panchayat. Notified village panchayat. Minor village panchayat is known as non-notified village panchayat. Okay. So state government has power classified the village panchayat into two types on the basis of annual income of village panchayat. So first one is major village panchayat, second one is minor village panchayat. Okay. So how much annual income is compulsory to become major village panchayat? More than 60,000. Major village panchayat is known as notified village panchayat. Minor village panchayat is known as non-notified village panchayat. Okay. In each and every village, some wards there. The state government has power. Village is classified into some wards. Okay, some wards. On the basis of a population, village is classified into some wards. Village panchayat minimum wards are 5, maximum wards are 21. Okay, minimum wards 5, maximum wards 21. Minimum wards 5, maximum wards 21. Okay. On what basis we classified the village? There is only population. So not less than 5 wards, not more than 21 wards. Okay. Another one. In each and every ward constitutes 100 to 200 voters. 100 to 200 voters. 100 to 200 voters. Okay. Minimum 100 voters should be in ward. Maximum 200 voters in a ward. Not less than 100 voters, not more than 200 voters in ward. Okay, next one. In tribal areas, not necessary 500 population to become village panchayat. In tribal area, the population is very less, so that little bit relaxation compulsory to tribal areas to create new village panchayats. Therefore, as per Act, minimum 300 population compulsory to form one village panchayat in tribal area. In general, population is 500, but in tribal areas, the minimum 300 population compulsory to create new village panchayat. Okay, another one, next one. Village panchayat constitutes 4 organizations. Village panchayat constitutes 4 organizations. How many? 4. What they are? Means first one, village panchayat. Second one, sarpanch. Okay. Third one, secretary. Fourth one, grama sabha. Fourth one, grama sabha. Okay. Village panchayat constitutes 4 organizations. They are, first one, village panchayat. Second one, sarpanch. Third one, secretary. Fourth one, grama sabha. Okay. So let me see composition of a village panchayat. Okay. What are the qualifications? What are the qualifications to contest in village panchayat election? Not only in village panchayat election, in all the local government elections, the qualifications are same. Should be citizen of India, should be completed the minimum age of 21 years. Okay. It may be village panchayat election or Jilla Parishad election, whatever it may be. In all the local government election, the minimum age is same, that is 21 years completed. Okay, ma. Third one, should not hold any profitable office. Should not hold any profitable office. These are qualifications to contest in village panchayat election. Okay, another one, next one. Election method. Election method and term. Election method and term. State Election Commission. State Election Commission. State Election Commission conduct the village panchayat election. Election Commission of India there. Election Commission of India. Election Commission of India. Okay. Election Commission of India never conduct village panchayat election. They never conduct local government election. According to 73 and 74 Constitutional Amendment Acts 1992, newly created State Election Commission, Article 243 Clause K explain about State Election Commission. Okay. The State Election Commission exclusively conduct local government election. Local government elections. Okay. In that, village panchayat is one. In that, village panchayat is one. So, election commission of state conduct village panchayat election for every 5 years. For every 5 years. Okay, ma. Another one. Next one. Tarvata. Another one. Who elect the sarpanch and village panchayat ward members? Village panchayat election is a direct election. Okay. Voters, registered voters elect the sarpanch directly as well as ward members. Ward members. Okay. Registered voters elect the sarpanch directly for the period of 5 years. At the same time, registered voters elect the ward members also directly for the period of 5 years only. So both are direct election. Sarpanch is elected by people directly. Ward members also are elected by the voters directly for the period of 5 years. Got it, ma'am? Next one. We never use electronic voting machines. Electronic voting machines in village panchayat election. We follow only ballot voting system. Instead of electronic voting machine, we are using ballot papers. Okay? On same day, after completion of election, after completion of polling, by evening, the election results will be come out. Okay? On same day, the village panchayat elections will be come out. Okay? But Jilla Parishad elections, MLA elections, MP elections, the results may come later on, not on same day. Okay. Next. As per Panchayat Raj Act, district collector participate in village panchayat meeting as an ex officio member or permanent invitee. The district collector participate in local government meetings as permanent invitee. He may attend the Jilla Parishad meeting, he may attend the Mandal Parishad meeting, he may attend the village panchayat meeting also, no doubt about it. Because our act given permission to him participate in local body meetings as permanent invitee. Okay, another one, next one. Their term is 5 years. Sarpanch term 5 years. Ward members term 5 years. Ultimately, village panchayat period also, term also 5 years. Okay, next one, another one. Who arrange the village panchayat meeting? Means secretary. Who preside over village panchayat meeting? Means sarpanch. Okay, meeting arranged by panchayat secretary, presided by sarpanch. Okay. Who attend the village panchayat meeting means ward members. Elected ward members there, they happily attend the village panchayat meeting. Okay. Next one, Sarpanch salary. Honorable salary. State government decides their salaries. Present in Telangana, Sarpanch honorable salary is 5,000. In Andhra Pradesh, present Sarpanch honorable salary is just only 3,000 rupees. State government decides the salary of Sarpanch on the basis of their financial condition. As on today, no honorable salary of Upasarpanch and ward members. Only Sarpanch having honorable salary. Okay, ma. Next one, let me see Sarpanch. Okay. Sarpanch is first citizen of village. First citizen of village. Who is a Sarpanch? Okay. He enjoys absolute powers. He is head of the village panchayat. He is political head of the village also. Who? Sarpanch. Sarpanch term is 5 years. Sarpanch term is 5 years. Due to any reason, Sarpanch want to resign to office. To whom he give resignation letter means DPO, District Panchayat Officer. District Panchayat Officer. Okay. Sarpanch gives resignation letter to the Jilla Panchayat Officer or District Panchayat Officer. The vacated Sarpanch office is filled up within 6 months. The Upasarpanch act as Sarpanch temporarily, not more than 6 months in the absence of Sarpanch. Okay. Sarpanch is elected by the voters directly for the period of 5 years. Sarpanch is terminated by the, remember this point, collector. Okay. Village registered voters elect the Sarpanch. Second one, Sarpanch gives resignation letter to the District Panchayat Officer, DPO. And third one, who terminates the Sarpanch means collector. Whenever the Sarpanch misused the powers, misused the funds, on that basis, the Sarpanch is terminated by the collector after thoroughly inquired and report. Okay. Next one, Sarpanch powers. First one, presides over village panchayat meeting and conduct meetings perfectly, smoothly and effectively. Okay. Second, conduct Upasarpanch election. Conduct Upasarpanch election. Third, presides over Grama Sabha. Presides over Grama Sabha. Fourth one, identify the public problems and try to solve them as soon as early. Fifth one, Sarpanch supervise and control all the activities of staff who are working in village panchayat office. Sarpanch has one more power, that is check at any time the records of village panchayat. So these are powers and functions of Sarpanch as per Act. Now we go to third one, that is which one? Panchayat Secretary. Panchayat Secretary is head of the administration of village panchayat. Okay. Head of the village panchayat is Sarpanch. Head of the village panchayat administration is Panchayat Secretary. Panchayat Secretary is government employee, is not a politician. So Panchayat Secretary as mediator between state government and village panchayat. Regarding what? Administration of village panchayat. Panchayat Secretary act as mediator between state government and village panchayat regarding administration. Okay. So the village panchayat administration, everything has to explain to state government, because Panchayat Secretary is appointed by the state government, because the state government gives salary to you regularly, because the state government has power to take disciplinary action against you whenever you ignore your duties and misuse your powers. That's what 100% Panchayat Secretary is responsible to state government regarding village panchayat administration. Okay. Now, why you are responsible to village panchayat regarding administration? Means you are working in village panchayat. You are head of the village panchayat administration. So that you should responsible to village panchayat regarding administration as per Act. Okay. What is your role in village panchayat? After concerning the village panchayat Sarpanch, Panchayat Secretary arrange village panchayat meeting, decide village panchayat timings, prepares village panchayat agenda. Okay, not without concerning the Sarpanch. With concerning the Sarpanch, Panchayat Secretary has to do all these things. One is decide the meeting dates, decide the village panchayat meeting timings, and prepares village panchayat meeting agenda. Now second point, Panchayat Secretary prepares village panchayat annual budget and introduce it in meeting. Every year, Panchayat Secretary prepares annual budget and introduce in meeting. Third one, Panchayat Secretary arrange the Grama Sabha also. Okay? Panchayat Secretary arrange the Grama Sabha also. Okay. Panchayat secretary has to supervise and control all the activities of staff regarding administration. Because you are head of the village panchayat administration, you should observe, you should supervise all the activities of village panchayat staff regarding administration. Otherwise, you are responsible to the state government and village panchayat regarding administration. Okay. Another one, next one. Panchayat secretary has to take some steps to protect village panchayat properties and records. Village panchayats having number of records, accounts registers, auditing records, okay, inward register, outward register, okay, taxes, everything, different records there, and properties also there. Okay, Gram Panchayat properties are there. So Panchayat secretary has to safeguard them and protect them. That is your responsibility. So these are village panchayat secretary powers and functions. Now fourth one. That is Grama Sabha. Article 243 class A explain about Grama Sabha. Article 243 class A explain about Grama Sabha. Explain about Grama Sabha. Okay. Up to 1992, up to 73 Constitutional Amendment Act 1992. Okay. No Grama Sabha. According to 73 Constitutional Amendment Act 1992, according to 73 Constitutional Amendment Act 1992, we introduced the Article 243 class A. It explains about Grama Sabha. According to Constitution, Grama Sabha should be in session twice in a year. According to 73 Constitution Amendment Act in 1992, Grama Sabha should be in session twice in a year. Okay? Twice in a year. 6 months. Okay? 6 months compulsory between one Grama Sabha to another Grama Sabha. One Grama Sabha to another Grama Sabha. Okay. But no maximum Grama Sabhas as per 73 Amendment Act 1992 in a year. Minimum 2. That is a compulsory. According to 73 Constitutional Amendment Act 1992, all the states made Panchayat Raj Acts. According to their Panchayat Raj Acts, Grama Sabhas is in session twice in a year or thrice in a year. That is different. Okay? But minimum 2 times. No maximum Grama Sabhas in a year. That's what, according to Andhra Pradesh Panchayat Raj Act 1994, AP Panchayat Raj Act 1994, Andhra Pradesh government made Panchayat Raj Act in the year of 1994 as per 73 Constitutional Amendment Act 1992. According to AP Panchayat Raj Act 1994, Grama Sabha is in session thrice in a year. Thrice in a year. Yearly, 3 times Grama Sabha is in session. But in Telangana state formed in the year of 2014, but up to 2018, Andhra Pradesh Panchayat Raj Act 1984 continued in Telangana state also. Telangana government made new Panchayat Raj Act in the year of 2018. According to Telangana Panchayat Raj Act 2018, okay, Grama Sabha is in session 6 times in a year. Means every 2 months Grama Sabha should be in session. Grama Panchayati is in session every month. Grama Sabha, okay, is in session once in 2 months. Okay, for every 2 months, Grama Sabha should be in session. Is it clear, ma? Next one. Present in Andhra Pradesh, Grama Sabha is in session 4 times in a year. In Telangana, 6 times. In Andhra Pradesh, 4 times. Okay. Present Grama Sabha is going on. Who arranged Grama Sabha? Secretary. Who presides over Grama Sabha? Sarpanch. Okay. Who attend the Grama Sabha? That's the question. Voters. Registered voters. Registered voters. Registered voters attend the Grama Sabha meeting. Attend the Grama Sabha meeting. Okay. Next one. Grama Sabha is known as Advisory Board of Village Panchayat. Advisory Board of Village Panchayat. Advisory Board of Village Panchayat. Okay. Next one. Advisory Board of Village Panchayat. The village panchayat may follow or not advices of Grama Sabha. That's what we are calling. Grama Sabha is known as advisory board. Okay. Next one. Only registered voters attend the Grama Sabha. Panchayat secretary arrange Grama Sabha. Panchayat Sarpanch presides over Grama Sabha. What are the powers and functions of Grama Sabha? That is the question. Grama Sabha primary function, main function, that is check all the accounts and audit records of village panchayat. Grama Sabha primary function, Grama Sabha main function, Grama Sabha important function is to check all the accounts and audit records. Second and last function of Grama Sabha, that is Grama Sabha gives some advices and suggestions to the Grama Panchayat regarding for the development of a village. Regarding for the development of a village. Okay, ma? Those advices come into force after acceptancy of village panchayat. Whatever the Grama Sabha given advices to village panchayat, those advices come into force after acceptancy of village panchayat. They are question. Next one. What are the powers and functions of village panchayat? Article 243, clause G explain about powers and functions. Exclusively, village panchayat functions are classified into two types. Village panchayat powers or functions are classified into two types. One is compulsory functions. Second one is optional functions. Compulsory functions and optional functions. What are the best examples to the compulsory functions? What are the best examples to the compulsory functions? In that first one, maintain birth and death registers properly. Maintain birth and death registers properly. In each and every village panchayat, one birth register there and second one is a death register there. The village panchayat staff has to enter the new names in the birth register who born recently, and enter some names in death register who expired in village. On that basis, we should know what is the population of village clearly. Second one, village panchayat should supply drinking water properly throughout the year, even if it is summer. Okay, whether you have funds or not, that is secondary thing. Village panchayat should provide or should supply proper drinking water to people throughout the year. That is your compulsory function. Third one, construct new roads and maintain them properly in village. Fourth one, you arrange street lights properly. Fifth one, you look after drainage system and maintain them. Okay. Next one, graveyards. You look after graveyards. These are compulsory functions of village panchayat. At any circumstance, village panchayat should discharge these duties for the sake of village people 100%. Now second one, that is we call them as optional functions. Optional functions implementation purely depends upon financial sources of financial condition of village panchayat. Village panchayat discharge optional functions after implementing compulsory functions for the sake of people. Okay. First, 100% village panchayat concentrate on compulsory functions. Okay. After completion of village panchayat compulsory functions, then look after optional functions depends upon financial condition. Okay. Next one. What are the best examples today? What are the best examples to the optional functions? First one, parks. Second one, libraries. Third one, swimming pools. Village Panchayat may provide all these facilities for the sake of village people or not. If their budget permit, provide these facilities to village people. Otherwise, leave them. And next one, what are the sources of village panchayat? Financial sources. First one, government grants. Government grants. Union government, state governments release per year some lakhs rupees to each and every village panchayat as grant. The village panchayats need not give that amount. Okay. It is called as grant. Loan means we should repay that amount along with interest within time. Second financial source of village panchayat, taxes from the people. House tax, property tax, okay, water tax, and different taxes. The village panchayat impose some taxes on the people as per village panchayat resolution and collect them. That is second financial source of village panchayat. Now third and last one, that is donations, contributions. Some of the important personalities of village, they may come forward to contribute a little bit amount to the village for the sake of people. They never ask. That is called as donation or contribution. Not only these three, grants, taxes, contribution. Fourth and last one, that is rents. Suppose the village panchayat having some properties in the jurisdiction of village, every month they may collect rents from the properties. That is also one of the financial source of village panchayat. But main financial source of village panchayat is only one, that is the government grants. Per year, some lakhs and crores rupees may come to village panchayat as grants. The village panchayats never repay even 1 rupee to the government, whatever they received as grants. So this is the main financial source of village panchayat. It is called as government grants. Remaining taxes from the taxes and contributions and rents, the revenue come, but this is less than government grants. So these are financial sources of village panchayat. In this video, we clearly discussed the structure of village panchayat, okay, functions of village panchayat, okay, and next one, sources of village panchayat, financial sources. Is it clear? How many types of village panchayat? 2 types. One is major village panchayat. Second one is minor village panchayat. Major village panchayat is known as notified village panchayat. Minor village panchayat is known as non-notified village panchayat. State government has power decide whether it is major or minor village panchayat on the basis of only annual income. Village panchayat annual income is more than 60,000. It is called as notified village panchayat or major village panchayat. Suppose village panchayat annual income is less than 60,000. It is called as non-notified village panchayat. Otherwise, minor village panchayat. Okay, so this is village panchayat composition, powers and function. Okay friends, right, bye, thank you.